A very good afternoon to you and welcome to Metropole Business Center. My name is Vincent Odhiambo. Now, we are live on Facebook and at www.metropole.co.ke. It's every person's dream to own a decent home at some point in their lives. Now, however, home ownership in the country remains relatively low at less than around 30% in urban areas compared to other developed countries. Now, as a result, the government initiated the affordable housing pillar under the Big Four agenda with houses costing between 1 million and 10 million, depending on the size and the number of bedrooms. So, how affordable is the affordable housing project? And what are the options that Kenyans have to be able to afford homes? We'll be talking to Lina Onyango, a real estate research analyst at Cytonn Investment, about this and more. But first, let's look at the news updates. Now, the country is soon planning to ban the exports of popular avocado varieties such as Hass and Fuerte exports meant for the export market. Now, farmers and exporters, dealers in avocado export businesses have been given 4 days to seek clearance with the horticulture regulators before a ban is imposed. Now, the ban might be enacted until early March to curb the exports of immature fruits. The move by the regulators is aimed at curbing harvesting of immature crops following rampant cases of traders picking young crops previously to capitalize on high prices of the commodity at the international market. Currently, Kenya is the top avocado exporters in Africa, with its main competitors being Mexico and Peru. Now, Vita legislator Abdulwaswad Nasir has warned the youths in the country to avoid being used by politicians to spur political intolerance as the country heads to the general elections in August this year. While speaking in Jomvu sub-county during an ODM voter awareness registration exercise, Nasir noted that politicians in the country are using youths to perpetuate acts of violence and intolerance against political opponents. His remarks come after a teen youth was arrested for trying to disrupt the exercise while carrying a machete at the event. He said youths are vulnerable and therefore selfish politicians take advantage of their situation by using them to create chaos and instill fear in political rivals. The legislature warned political leaders against misusing youths to cause chaos to achieve their selfish ends, but urged them to take the lead in championing peace and development initiatives aimed at uplifting the lives of the youths. On to some other news. The Energy Ministry has shot down a proposal by all marketers to review fuel prices twice a month, putting an end to a silent push by the industry to shield them from mid-month fluctuations. The Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority says the current monthly review ensures price certainty and gives the state enough time to react to any increase or decrease more effectively. Oil marketers had argued that a bi-monthly review of fuel prices would boost their cash flows because it would increase the certainty on prices and allow them to sell available stocks without waiting for a month to get their prices. EPRA uses fuel imports between the 19th, the 9th, and 10th every month to set prices that remain in place for 14 days. Kenya has delayed compensating oil marketers for keeping prices unchanged for the 3 months cycle since November. The National Transport and Safety Authority (NTSA) has announced plans to harmonize and synchronize key information of public service vehicles to weed out unroadworthy vehicles operating across the country. The authority observes that some vehicles which fail inspections sneak back to operate despite clear directive to go for safety and maintenance, then return for re-inspection to determine compliance to safety measures. Speaking in Mombasa over the weekend, NTSA Director of Registration and Licensing, Engineer Christopher Wanjau, said the agency will link all information to PSV and other vehicles to other services, including transport of ownership, to create a one-stop shop in the country. NTSA Board of Technical Committee further said PSV operators and driving school managers that any passenger vehicles placed on the provision after failing safety standards will also not be sold to third parties. Well, and to the coast, Mombasa and other coastal counties will host the third edition of Pwani Innovation Week to create a widespread culture of innovation in the region, organized by Swahili Port Foundation Hub in collaboration with the Kenya National Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Mombasa County Governor, and other partners. Now, the edition will provide a platform for the national and county governments, industries, businesses, organizations, and individuals to showcase, engage, discuss, and explore how the world, through the coastal counties' lens, is leapfrogging economic growth by leveraging on COVID-19 opportunities. Konza Technopolis Chief Manager of Business Development and Innovation, Stella Muhoro, commended the Swahili Port Foundation for the initiative and pledged to support the event. At the same time, the Kenya National Chambers of Commerce and Industry Chief Executive Officer, James Kitavi, said the Pwani Innovation Week will provide a good opportunity for individuals, businesses, and companies to interact and seek solutions to challenges facing them. Leading charities working in Afghanistan have made demands to the World Bank and its key shareholders to release more than $1.2 billion in frozen funds to pay teachers and other government workers to avert the collapse of essential services. According to the reports from the Financial Times, the organizations launched a public petition to the officials to release the money to fund humanitarian assistance in sectors including education and healthcare. The World Bank was forced to freeze the money it pledged to its Afghanistan Reconstruction Trust Fund by countries including the US over fears the money would be used by Taliban following their takeover of the country in August last year. The UN is currently seeking $4.4 billion in emergency aid to tackle poverty and hunger. However, there are growing concerns over the failure to pay public servants fundamental to sustaining the country. Well, that marks the end of the briefs, and we take a short break, and when we return, we'll be talking to Lina Onyango on the topic of today.